Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, man. So, well, nothing, nothing so far. Here we are once again. We are in the third week of August, and still you haven't heard a definitive deal is in place for a potential fight with Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. Now you've been hearing November 19th, Las Vegas, but yet to hear about a venue. And the fight being secure. You've heard about um, three fight deals for $14 million. Like I said before, I thought that was a low ball offer. I thought that was a very low ball offer. But at the end of the day, you just got people that just don't keep it real. Um, Most of these people are fanboys, and that's just the bottom line. And they're not objective. Um, and a lot of these dudes um, want to go one way with this thing. And I think how you've had journalists or so-called journalists and basically fanboys basically divide our community in behind this fight is just it's just a travesty. And at the end of the day, I see them for who they are. They basically fanboys, and they're just view holes, and that's just what they are. Um, if I'm Terrence Crawford, and I'm not saying and trying to tell Terrence Crawford what to do is his career. I'm saying if I was Terrence Crawford, at the end of the day, I would just give Al Heyman and the PBC basically till the end of the month or the first of the month to have a legitimate deal in place, money, venue, date, you know, um, fight deal in place. And if not, I'm just moving on. Because at the end of the day, it just seemed like it's just been a lot of stalling. Like I said before, it shouldn't have took this long for a fight to get dead. How many times did you hear the fanboys, the nut huggers, other people talking about somebody on the wrong side of the street and they just need to leave and come to the PBC and the fight will get dead overnight? Well, this is the longest overnight I've ever seen in my life. Okay? Longest overnight I've seen in my life. And I'm just keeping it a buck. Um, like I said before, you had in between November to at least July to get a deal did. And you kept hearing, oh, it'll be an announcement pretty soon. It'll be an announcement on this date. It'll be an announcement this week. It'll be an announcement next week. And you keep hearing about so-called announcements. Well, when is these damn announcements are going to happen? When are we going to get an actual announcement? Like I said before, if this fight doesn't get done, this fight is all on Al Heyman in the PBC. It falls strictly on them, and it's nothing nobody can do to try to talk around it because, like I said, Terrence Crawford did his part. He left Top Rank, and still no fight deal. And all you get is excuses from these people, who at the end of the day, they're not sure or so sure that their guy can win this fight, who will come up with an excuse to try to blame Terrence Crawford for this. And this doesn't fall on Terrence Crawford because he did his part. He did his part. At the end of the day, they ain't trying to offer the dude a fair deal. Once again, Tim Smith told you he gave you guys a sign that it was going to be difficult to make this fight, or we'll come up with an excuse not to make this fight. He said this way back earlier this year. And it's looking like what he said is about to come to fruition, or it has come to fruition, or is currently under fruition, because yet we have no fight. This is a travesty, and this is going to be one of the biggest disappointment in boxing. At the end of the day, I'm calling for this fight to be made. Real talk. And a lot of you guys need to get y'all heads out y'all asses and stop sucking up to the PBC and stop sucking up to Al Heyman, especially black media, because he don't give a damn about y'all. And he didn't proved it on several occasions. Okay? That's just real talk. They don't want to make this fight. They don't want to make this fight. And it's just not looking good. I hope that this fight get made. But it ain't looking too good. I think it's sad. I'm really disappointed. This is just a totally bad look for the PBC. And that's just real talk. I hope we hear something soon. You keep hearing about, okay, well, maybe Saturday you'll hear an announcement. You know it. Well, we've been hearing that for a minute. We heard it was going to be an announcement possibly at the Tank fight. Then at the last PBC fight, we heard it might be an announcement, no announcement. So we sitting up here waiting by our phones to see if we going to get that text from a reliable source, and we just hearing the same old bullshit. You know, you didn't heard people say, hey, I heard contracts were signed. Well, hey, didn't we hear last year Manny Pacquiao signed his contract to fight Terrence Crawford, and you see that fight didn't come to fruition. You know, it's just sad. You know, and there's some people mad at me because I'm basically putting out the obvious. But like I said before, I don't give a damn about you bozos being mad at me. Whoever you are, I'm going to continue to tell the truth. Like I said before, I answer to no one. I have no boss. I don't give two fucks about y'all being mad at me. Too damn bad. I'm going to say what needs to be said. And that's just honest to God truth. This needs to be said. This has went on long enough. No damn fight. This is tired. This is trash. And the fans deserve better, especially the black fans, because this was our fight. This was our extravaganza. This was our celebration. But then at the same time, you got fanboys who have made this way too personal because they have one of Errol Spence's nuts in their mouth. And we should be happy for both these fighters, but you had a lot of people trying to tear down Terrence Crawford to make one look good and put one on a higher pedestal. But like I say, black people as a whole should be celebrating this fight. But like I said, you had biased media nut-hugging outlets who only saw this fight in basically one direction for their guy. It's okay to have a certain guy that you root for, but then just sit up there and get personal and try to tear down and try to portray somebody as a sellout and all that kind of stuff, when I could question your so-called blackness. So I'm just keeping it a buck. Some of these dudes are just hot garbage. Just trash. And all I wanted for was this fight to happen. And I don't know. I don't think if a deal is done by the 1st of September, I don't think that there'll be a November fight. And that's just real talk. Continue to say what I should say, that I just believe it's a lot of BS going on. And like I said, once again, if this fight doesn't happen, this falls all on the PBC. It's nobody to blame. It'll just prove that other side of the street stuff was just cap. You know, because it shouldn't have taken this long to get a fight did. Like I said, we headed towards September. Still ain't heard nothing. Just shit is just bad. But anyway, I'll holler at you guys later. It's your boy Town Biz. I'm out.